Good morning. So back to Manor Farm, day 2. Not a festival. 12 pegger today, as everyone turns up. 10 pegger yesterday. I'm not sure how it's going to fish, but I'm guessing it's going to fish the same way as what I did yesterday. I can't see it fishing any different, to be honest. The carp did not feed. And the feeder definitely didn't work. I had a couple of real good feeder anglers there yesterday, so a couple of feeder pros, and no, Derek Newsom wasn't there. For those who know, they know. So looking back on potentially what I'd done wrong yesterday, definitely needed a line where I could rest it. I plundered it, but I didn't feel like when you plunder it and then it starts to fade, it just died. So it wasn't like I caught 6 fish quick and then 2 fish a lot slower, and they got gradually, the bites, knocks and taps got fewer and far between. So it was, very difficult to come off feeding fish. I'm not good enough to think, right, I've caught 6 in freaking 10 minutes, literally. Right, I better come off that now, because you think, I might catch another 6 in 10 minutes. So paste, I like fishing paste, as you probably know. It's not going to be a winning method today, but I do honestly believe that you'll be able to catch a few fish doing that, while resting your main line, which your main line is going to be, I think it is going to be a pole match, believe it or not. But that's my prediction. Alright, this is not pre-recorded. I am generally on my way to Manor Farm. I just can't see the feeder working, to be honest. Neil McKinnon didn't catch on it. I didn't catch on it. Not that I'm a great feeder angler, because I'm not. I've had 2 small F1s on it and lost 2 very small F1s on it. The carp evidently did not feed. George had 3 carp for maybe about 20-ish pound and 140 pound of F1, so fair play to him. That boy is pretty good. And you got Alan next to me, he's had a few carp. Neil Smith, and they dropping everyone. He didn't catch very many carp neither, so it's evident, and that lake is full of carp, and that is evident that they're not really feeding. I think we are due some rain today and potential thunderstorms, so maybe that might change things, I don't know. But edges didn't work, no one caught down the edge, no one caught on the feeder. So it's all about, I think, catching shallow, and I honestly think the pace will work today, but it's not going to be a winning method. I think, like I say, it's just be a good thing to rest your main line of attack, which I think will be pole shallow with pellets, and then just catch some skimmers and I think a few odd F1s on it. Like I say, it's just there just to rest your main line. Could go down the avenue of fish, worms and soil, but I'm not so sure about that, and it's expensive, and for a 12 pegger, can you really justify it? And I feel like you should be able to catch on pellets anyway. So I probably, depending on where I draw, I probably will start on the feeder just to see. Could maybe start on paste short. Let's see where I draw. If you draw an out flyer, like 6 or 15, 13 around there, you got a real good chance of chucking a feeder and maybe catch an idiot carp, you know what I mean? And obviously the carp can vary anything from 5 pounds to 15 pounds, so it'd be nice to catch, a great big carp early. Other things that work, is with island pool, I do find, and I said it yesterday to a few of the lads, you can do too much, because Manor's not got very many restrictions on methods. Well, to be fair, it's got no real restrictions on methods, just can't fish floating baits really, and barbless hooks, and got to net everything. That's pretty much it. And use 3 nets and split your fish equally, blah 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 blah. But so therefore you can fish meat short, pace short, you can fish tapping rigs and overshotted rigs, which is just monging anyway, in my opinion. So there's so much methods and stuff you can do. There's no bait restrictions or anything like that. So you can find, you can get up a mountain and get here and just end up doing lots of stuff and end up catching nothing. So, you gotta sort of not make your bed and lie in it, but you got to be careful not to do too much, otherwise you will disappear. I mean, like I say, you can fish a pellet waggler, you can fish a bagging waggler, you can fish long pole and pellets, and then them two methods would conflict with each other. That's the problem. So you can't really do both, in my experience. You can't fish a pellet waggler and fish like pole shallow. They just seem to conflict against each other. You fish down the edges with ground bait and maggots, or maggots and micros, or meat. Meat's definitely something that could work today. You've been hot, but I think it will be, like I say, an F1 match. I feel I'm rabbiting on now. So let's see where I get drawn, and then let's go from there.
All in!
So I have drawn peg 35 on island. Obviously it's on island because we're all on island. Also I was wrong, there was 14 fish in. A couple did book on late last night. So not a problem, because obviously there's loads of pegs on here anyway, so it wasn't like it was going to hinder it for room. But I have got Steve next to me who's on 34, so there's two of us side by side, whereas everyone else has got empty pegs, which probably will make a bit of a difference, because I wish I had that rope to myself, but hey, I had a brilliant day yesterday, so can't moan, take the rough with the smooth. Got a full peg section,
loads of room.
So I've got Steve Walters on 32, Steve obviously on 34, myself on 35, and Neil Smith on 37. So we've got quite a tough, it's a tough match, to be honest. I mean, I feel like I haven't painted a very good picture. Yeah, it's a 14 pegger, which might sound a bit Mickey Mouse, but let's name drop. You've got Chris Cameron, who's a fantastic angler, won Maven match this. He ain't drawn very well today, bless him, he's drawn peg 9, so he's the only guy that ain't got a feeder choke, so he's a bit cut off. Then you got Neil McKinnon, he's a Fishermania champion. Funny enough, he ain't drawn very well neither. He's on 27, which I won't fancy. He's got a bit of room, and I feel if the carp were feeding, then maybe you'd have a chance, because the wind's sort of blowing into sort of like Steve Waters' corner, and has done for the last couple of weeks. But the carp aren't really feeding, so to be honest with you, I don't think. Well, I know because this is a voiceover. They both packed up. They've really struggled, bless them, and they're both great anglers. So you think the field that anglers that are fishing here. You've got AD Mansfield as well, who fishes for Matrix, another very good angler. Steve Parts is a good angler. He's on 6. He fishes Manor a lot. He's having a bit of a rough run at the moment, but I'm sure he'll, power through it. You just got to take the rough with the smooth. Sometimes things just don't go your way. Then you've got Chris Cameron. And then we've got Tony Brooks, who fishes here a lot, and he does really well. It's actually the Super Cup for them two, AD Mansfield and Tony Brooks, so they're fishing to try and get through to the final. Well, I think it's round 3 at the moment. I believe there's 6 or 7 rounds, so both of them got a way to go. Tony Brooks had the home draw, so decided to take him to Manor, so obviously on island, so got home advantage. Ada's got 4, Tony's got 13. So both, in my opinion, both decent pegs. 13, I would probably say maybe. I don't know, because you got 80 on 4, so he's got a bit of room. I don't know. I wouldn't want to call it, to be honest. I think they're both great pegs, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. And then you got Ari on 15. Another works here, so he knows the venue really well. And then you got Mr. Pickett, who actually won the match, caught on a method feeder, 3/4 of the way across. So it just shows what I know. So he's caught on a method on the deck. Obviously, you can fish a floater method, but I haven't seen anyone fish one of them for a while. Showing my age now. So it just shows it has fished a lot different than I thought it was going to, and I can't believe this, to be honest. Then you got Steve Rich on 19, got Joff Rogers on 23, so again they're all good anglers. Then you've got Tom Need, who's a very good angler, on 25, Neil McKinnon on 27, Steve Walters on 32, Steve next to me on 34, myself on 35, and then Neil Smith, who fishes here a lot as well and does well, on 37. So there you go. I just name dropped everyone because I always get accused of not name dropping anyone. Gary sat behind me all match. He's definitely not my lucky charm. My casting was atrocious. Trying to cast that little gap, so there's a gap between the reeds and a tree. My feeder was too big, and I don't know, I couldn't get it to go straight. But I put a smaller feeder on, a bit heavier, and then that was a little better. So there's my first carp. I caught one tiny little skimmer, but I felt I'm building up my shallow line, 14.5 metres in front of me. I didn't want to fish too close to the rope because obviously it's only natural if I start catching near the rope, then Steve obviously next to me is going to lean to his left, and obviously if I lean to my right. Because I'm watching everybody else, no one's catching, so we're literally an hour into the match, and I've pinged 4mm seafood pellets over the top, and to be fair, I've got quite a lot of blows, so when that wind dropped, you can see there's a lot of fish blowing, so they're definitely feeding on the bottom. So when it's like a jacuzzi, for me, I think paste is pretty much the bait to be on this venue at the moment, but like I said in my intro, it's definitely not going to win you the match unless you're on an absolute shovel. On island, I think it could win the match on middle, because there's a lot of carp and a lot of F1s and a lot of skimmers, and I just feel that yeah, I would say pace might not be the number one winning method, but I do feel like I could win a match on middle pool on paste. So paste just 018 mainline to an 016 up length, just fishing a Maver pace float, which I can get on really well with, so happy days. Sorry Mr. Walker. And then just using a 2.3 hollow elastic, so it's quite soft but yet powerful enough, hopefully to pretty much combat anything in the lake. There's no snags. The only snag that could maybe do me is if they get to the far bank on the island, or unfortunately maybe the rope or the aerator, but I didn't lose any fish. Just took me into the pinged off a few fish like that, where unfortunately, because I probably got about 5.5 foot, fish were a bit moody today. I don't know if it's because of the air pressure or what's going on, so therefore I did have a few like false bites and just like a little bit.
That's like you, isn't it? Squirter. Like you guys.
The white takers. Squeeze my belly.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free with Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free.
Yeah. I'll put it about probably step from there to there. Probably down on the straight.
Great more than I have off that peg look.
Hey, Neil's back on his peg, look. Same t-shirt.
Yeah.
He lost it away. Sorry.
Keep jamming down. Fucking dogs here weigh 3 stone.
They've only got to dip their head in the stones and balls. They'd only be 3 inches surface. Wouldn't they?
Outside of the train.
There's only 4 in this section. You're second at the minute. Oh, second section, I think. Somebody beat me. Or 14 pounds. I was coming back on you, wasn't I?
No, I didn't have a clue what you've got.
No, no, mate. But I was catching them bigger ones, you know.
Yeah, you're off the
Well, when there wasn't a good, you know, the fucking skin up. Fuck no. Hey? No. That's perch skimmers. Yeah. Perch and skimmers. No, that never did.
No, just checking it.
Pointers. Yeah, mine was quite well. I shipped it back on the grass yesterday. Started shipping it forward to check it, and it come apart behind me on the fucking grass. I've had that 3 times. Just that extra weight to its own weight on the grass rather than on rollers. I do abuse it, to be honest. Well, not that sort of money, I can't afford it.
You want to get, I'll tell you what you want to get, you want to get a diver.
A diver? You never fancy? I had diver.
Diver, not just diver.
Did I? What about the AZ Pro? No. Oh. Got it.
It's fucking quite shallow.
We were straight out there, we didn't get boys.
it up off the bottom and don't do it so much these days. I used to live back in fishing.
Yeah.
2 rigs up, no this time, 2 rigs up, 1 at half deck, on short foot, 1 on the deck, just 2 or 3 times down the line, and drops really slowly. Just move it, start on your deck rig, just move it along, and it starts to get a few on the deck.
Set the steel.
Yeah. Set the steel.
Come on.
Oh no, what happened there?
What do you think?
No.
Oh, don't come out as well.
overused shot. DB as in shot. No, just different stomp. Whether they're Coleman or Preston.
He like stopped.
Not Stomford.
Stops.
Stops, sorry.
I use them for everything, but that's not a half of no shot.
Yeah.
That's longer to make a rope, but
Yeah, but I did that and I kept breaking the fucking main line. So I stopped. I used to use them balabinis.
I use them, but they're hardest for it.
They are, aren't
On
they?
the players.
Yeah.
So I put them on 17 power line, so they just like, I can get them to slide on me.
Can you? Without damaging it.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. 50 metres away.
Poetry in motion.
Fucking hard though, isn't it?
Yeah. Turning hooks just turned off and went to me. Just all right there.
He's getting some poetry.
Right. No, it's been alright. He's had a few, not sure. It is quite hard. It's not as easy as push. Just pull the back up. Around the other side. Bagging up.
Oh, is it? Oh, the back end.
Oh, the Wagner, isn't it?
What?
The Wagner.
Oh, is it the Wagner? No, on the feeder.
Oh, is it?
3/4 of the way out. On the deck. So Neil said. From up that road again. Go, Aiden's had a few. Tony Brooks stopped catching over an hour ago. We've got nothing for
What pad's
hours.
Aiden on?
Pardon me.
I reckon Aiden's beating him.
You reckon he's caught him up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad enough. I kept falling asleep.
No?
I kept falling asleep.
Did you?
I had a good sleep last night as well.
When you get back till 2:30. Yeah, I stayed up and watched the golf. I was fucking knackered this morning. Well, I didn't get up till 8. But I was knackered.
Nothing's gone wrong with the audio, just a little bit of bad language. So therefore I don't want to cause anyone any defence. I just thought best to just turn the audio off. I'm sure most people won't be offended, if they're not everybody, but just in case, bit of bad language, not by me, so I just left it.
We had a nice day then, do you?
Yeah, just went down to that house. Had a lovely dinner. Meat was fucking superb. Yeah. Just had a drink. Something to eat. I just had an orange juice and lemonade. Kids wanted me to. I said, no, I had a drink last night, so I'm going to drink now this early in the day. I said, no way. So I come back, sat and watched a bit of telly, watched a bit of the cricket. That's just had a great big tremendous shower. We could get some yet, couldn't we?
Was that edge past it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd take a while to get here there. And
Sticky though, isn't it?
I did hear a bit of thunder, but that was far away in ages ago.
So yeah. And then I just set off down here for an hour. Picking on it.
Foul.
Tail.
And tail.
Big comment it is.
That's always going to happen, wasn't it? He's either going to get it in or pull out one or two.
Fucking £10 of that work.
Was it?
Fucking tail on it was massive.
Was it?
No, it don't matter now.
It is. Hey, when they're foul looked, it's a bit easier to swallow, isn't it? If you'd have pulled out of it and it was in the mouth, you'd have been annoyed. Never mind, get back down and get another one, dude. Nice meal last night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the meal. It's lovely. Had 2 good meals. That was good last night. I had a good one today.
Yeah?
It was good.
So if you'd have watched the beginning of the video, the intro, and I generally thought everything I said was true, so I don't tell any lies. I obviously get things wrong, which I got wrong today. You know, I thought it would be an out-and-out shallow match, and it really wasn't.
Poetry in motion,
to
isn't
do
it?
with the air pressure, or it's corner angles on the lake. Fish got caught yesterday, maybe sulked a little bit today. Honestly, and on I can't tell you the honest reasons why this is happening. If I knew, I'd tell you. But it just shows like
You have a good
Alan
run.
Pickett's won it on peg 17, chucking a method feeder into open water, so that's on the deck in 4.5 foot.
There's them all drifted
when he's
from
caught a
there
lot of fish.
and be in front of you now.
Eights come second, so fair play to him, and qualified for his next round of his knockout league.
Yeah, I'm all good,
And
mate.
he's caught shallow and a few fish down his edge, which is going to be a nightmare. So, and I've won my section fishing
but if you
pace.
could have one of
pretty
them
much
every
everything I
shot,
sort of predicted, sort of was
it's
a
foul
little bit
look.
wrong.
Yeah.
So hey, you know, you live and
They're not
learn.
really settling on the
Do
bottom.
fishing. Also, you could be one of the 80% that's not subscribed to my channel now. I don't ask on every video, but I'm beginning to ask, and I'm also asking you to like it as well. Helps with the algorithm with YouTube. I want more people to watch the videos. They're free. They don't cost a penny. They're always going to be free if they're me doing them.
So look
So I ain't
round,
going to
it's
charge
cold.
anything. There's no like loads of adverts or plug-in stuff. It's just honest material. Hope you've enjoyed it. There's all the weights. Take care, and I will catch you very soon.